Hey guys, this is Mrs. Sullivan, and if you need your test read, you are in the right place. I am just going to go through the questions. I'll read the question, I'll read the answer choices. You can pause this as you need to. Question 1. Near what river did the ancient civilization of Egypt develop? The Tigris River, Nile River, Amazon River, Euphrates River. Question 2. Which of the following is not a natural barrier of Egypt? The Aswan High Dam, Mediterranean Sea, cataracts, eastern and western deserts. Question 3. What were the names of the two areas in Egypt? Top Egypt and Bottom Egypt, North Egypt and South Egypt, Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt, Alpha Egypt and Omega Egypt. Question 4. Who is credited with unifying the two areas of Egypt and becoming the first pharaoh of Egypt and starting the first dynasty of Egypt? You have Ramses, Tut, Menes, Thutmose III. Question 5. What makes the Nile River different from most other rivers? It flows up to the north, flows down to the south, flows to the east, flows to the west. Question 6. Ancient Egyptians believed in the blank, meaning life after death. They believed it was a happy place where a person's spirit lived on. Theocracy, mummy, reincarnation, afterlife. Question 7. During the mummification process, Egyptians left what organ in the body? This organ was needed during what Egyptians called the judgment. Liver, heart, brain, lungs. Question 8. What region was south of Egypt? Egypt would rule over this area for a time, and the people from the area, called the Kush, would rule over Egypt for a time. Is it the Cushing, Ethiopia, Mesopotamia, or Nubia? Question 9. What is the name given to the ancient Egyptian writing system using symbols? Phoenician alphabet, cuneiform, hieroglyphics, or the Egyptian alphabet? Question 10. What is the Egyptian Book of the Dead? A book that details the death records of the pharaohs, a book that talks about the gods of Egypt, a book that talks about the ghost of the pharaohs, or the stories, pictures, hymns, and instructions about the afterlife? Question 11. What great historical find allowed for people to finally be able to read hieroglyphics? Papyrus, Rosetta Stone, the Book of the Dead, or the Great Sphinx? Question 12. During which time period were pharaohs buried in pyramids? Old Kingdom, Middle Kingdom, New Kingdom? Question 13. During which time period did Ramses the Great rule Egypt? Old Kingdom, Middle Kingdom, New Kingdom? Question 14. The Golden Age of Egypt, where the civilization grew even larger and became known for its riches and arts, took place during what time period? Old Kingdom, Middle Kingdom, New Kingdom? Question 15. During what time period were pharaohs buried in the Valley of the Kings? Old Kingdom, Middle Kingdom, New Kingdom? Question 16. During which time period was the pyramids at Giza and the Great Sphinx built? Old Kingdom, Middle Kingdom, New Kingdom? Question 17. What do we call the triangle-shaped area of land in Egypt that was made from soil deposited by the Nile River? The Nile River Dam, Nile River Cataract, Nile River Delta, or Nile River Dynasty? Question 18. What is another name given to the rapids that are found in the Nile River south of Egypt? Deltas, cataracts, dynasties, waves? Question 19. Which pharaoh signed one of the world's first peace treaties and was considered the last great pharaoh of Egypt? Tutankhamun, Ramses II, Hatshepsut, or Menes? Question 20. What is the title used by rulers of ancient Egypt, meaning great house? Pharaoh, king, sultan, or president? Question 21. What do we call the Egyptian belief in many gods? Monotheism, theocracy, afterlife, polytheism? Question 22. The ancient Egyptians believed that the pharaoh was the physical form of what god on earth? Set, Osiris, Horus, or Sullivan? Question 23. The ancient Egyptians believed in many gods. Which god was one of the most important because he started out as the god of agriculture, bringing them food to survive? He would later rule over the underworld, where the judgment for the afterlife took place. Set, Osiris, Horus, or Sullivan? Question 24. Which pharaoh was one of the first women pharaohs and dressed as a man to be more accepted? Tutankhamun, Ramses II, Thutmose III, or Hatshepsut? Question 25. Which pharaoh was known as the Boy King, had a fully intact tomb when found, and brought polytheism back to Egypt? Tutankhamun, Ramses II, Thutmose III, or Hatshepsut? Question 26. Which arrow is pointed towards Upper Egypt? Remember, there were two regions of Egypt. Which one is which? Is it the red arrow or blue arrow? Question 27. Which arrow is pointing towards Lower Egypt? Again, there were two regions of Egypt. Is it the red arrow or the blue arrow? You can rewind this if you need to go back to any question. And then once you are done, submit your quiz. Have a great day.